Hello friends, this is Zoya Saudari. I welcome you all on our YouTube channel Simplified Education. You can join our Telegram channel and Facebook page from the link given below into the description box. And if you understand my teaching, then please subscribe my channel so that you will be notified with my upcoming videos. As you all know, we are dealing with the research aptitude. It is useful for UGC NET and SET exam paper 1 unit 2. In this video, we are going to see the thesis and article writing. We are going to study the two important aspects of the thesis writing, that is format and style of referencing. In my last video, Steps of Research, we have seen the introductory part of the thesis format. Here in this video, we will be dealing with the details of the thesis format. And at the last part of the video, I will ask you few questions based on that so that you can check yourself. So please watch this video till end. Before going to study what is the meaning of thesis format, we should understand the meaning of thesis. What is the meaning of thesis? In a simpler manner, we can say it is the book written by the researcher which is going to give the complete interpretation of the research work. Means we can say a thesis is a document submitted in the support of the candidature for an academic degree or the professional qualification presenting the author's research and the findings. Means when we submit this thesis, when we want to pursue any postgraduate degree or the doctorate degree, we have to make the satisfactory completion or the submission of the thesis which is going to explain or present the author's research and its finding. Means the researcher is going to explain all the aspects regarding that research work. So we can say a thesis is a detailed knowledge and information about the research problem. We can also consider it to be the final requirement of the academic degree. Means without we are going to submit that thesis, we won't be able to pursue our degree. And what are the good qualities of the thesis? A good thesis should be clear, unambiguous and have the logical structure that should assist the reader's understanding. Means whenever we are going to publish any kind of thesis, that third person or any other person can read that thesis, and whenever that person is going to read, there should be the clear-cut indications about everything. It should be unambiguous, means it should not be the indeterminate, or we can say the confusion should not get created into that reader's mind, and it should have the logical structure that should assist the reader's understanding. Means that research work or thesis is going to give the complete idea about the research problem. Because after submitting the thesis, that researcher is not going to explain everything about that research work. That thesis is going to explain. So whoever person is going to read that thesis, he should understand that research work completely from that thesis. So this is all about the thesis. Now we will study the format of the thesis writing. As we know, there are various types of the research, but for every kind of research, the researcher has to follow the same common format. And if we divide that common format into the broad divisions, there are basically three broad divisions. First is the preliminary pages, second is the main body of the report, and third is the reference section. So I hope this table will be easier for you to understand. First, the preliminary pages, which are the individual sections of that. Into the preliminary pages, there is a first title page, then second abstract, third acknowledgement, fourth table of contents, fifth list of the tables and figures. This is all about the preliminary pages. Now the main body of the report. Here we are going to have the 5 chapters of the main body of the report. That is first introduction, second review of the literature, third research methodology, fourth result and discussions, and fifth chapter, that is conclusions and recommendations. And third section, that is reference section. It includes the references and bibliography, and second is the appendices. So this is all about the main broader divisions of the thesis format. Now we will study the each individual section in detail. First we will start with the preliminary pages. Into these preliminary pages there is a first one, that is title page. Now what is going to have in this title page? We are going to have the main thing, that is title of the research, then author's name, and then guide's name, university department, then date, that is year on which, and then logo of that university. Here for your convenience I have given the sample of the title page. Here we can say the topic of the research is given, then submitted by means the name of the author. Here guided by is the name of the guide we can say. After that here the date is given. Here on the top there is a name of the university and this is the logo. So from this it will be clear for you how to write down the title page. Then abstract, we can call it as a summary of the research report. Means whatever procedure we have completed throughout the research report, we are going to summarize or we are going to condense into the one page, that is called as the abstract. A condensed version of the research report we can say. And what is the purpose behind it? It provides the good and clear summary of the research. Means after reading the abstract of the research, we should get the complete idea about the research report. Then next part is the acknowledgement. In the simple words we can say this is the vote of thanks. Means whichever person has given the significant contribution to the author, maybe it will be the guide or the institution or the students, colleagues, friends or the relative, all those persons are getting the vote of thanks from the researcher. Means we can say this page permits the researcher to express the appreciation of a person who have contributed significantly to the completion of the report. Then the next part is the table of contents. We can call it as an index page. Means it is the outline of the thesis which indicates the page on which each major section, that is chapter, means whichever are the chapter, that is main body of the research. Suppose 5 chapters are there, that 5 chapters are mentioned in this table of contents with their page number. Means each chapter is present on which page number it is given. Along with its subsections also. Means main chapter and its subunits. That is called as the table of contents. Then list of tables and figures. Now the question may come in your mind that along with the table of content, what is the need of this table and figure, separate list? So many times it happens that some tables, either it is graphical representation or the pie chart, it is going to tell the whole meaning of the particular thing, or some diagrams are also very much important into the research work. So these tables and figures are getting the caption, and this is also included along with the table of contents. So it includes the table number, figure number, caption and page number. So with the help of that, at a glance we can get the idea about the tables and figures on which page they are present. So this was all about the preliminary pages. Then the main body of the research, that is first chapter, we are going to have the introduction. Into the introduction, whichever are the subtopics we are going to see. Now introduction, it doesn't mean that only we are going to introduce the topic. First thing is that we are going to state that problem into the meaningful terms. That is the statement of the problem. Then we are going to explain the need or the importance of the study. Means why we are going to carry out this research. Why there is a need of performing this research problem and how it is going to be the useful into the society. After that, meaning of the operational terms. Means whichever operational technical terms we are going to use throughout the research, that terms are going to have the meaning. So here we are going to specify that meaning into the introduction only, so that it will be easier for us to understand it later on. Then objectives, means what is the purpose behind this research, and After that we are going to have the hypothesis, means initially we are going to make some kind of assumption, and with the help of that assumption it is going to give us the direction how to proceed further, and after that into the end section we are going to test that hypothesis. So here into the introduction part we are going to set this hypothesis for the testing, and after that we are going to mention the scope and delimitations of the research, means what is going to be have the scope of this research, or we can say the importance, and what are the delimitations, means what are the limitation part, means how it is restricted to the certain area, that also we are going to mention into the introduction part of this research. So into the introduction chapter we are going to have these 6 stages. With this we are going to make the complete introduction of the research problem. And second is the review of literature. This is also very important. Why we are going to make the review of the literature? First we are going to mention the importance of the review of related literature, means why we are going to review particular literature, how it is relevant to the research problem, and after that it is going to generate the new research question, means which whenever we are going to review the earlier literature which is relevant to our research problem, it is going to give us the new idea for our research. This new research question means whichever is the existing our research problem, that research problem idea we are going to get from this review of the literature. Then the third chapter of the main body of the research, that is called as the research methodology. In this research methodology we will get the clear idea about the exact procedure performed for the carrying out that research problem. In this there are 4 subunits. We will see first research design and method, means whichever is the type of research design we are going to select to carry out this research problem, and according to that we are having the specific method to carry out that research. After that we are going to decide whichever sampling techniques we are going to use for that research. Then third is the tools and techniques of the data collection, means either by the primary sources we are going to collect the data, or from secondary sources we are going to collect the data, and whichever are the tools we are going to use for that data collection. All these things we are going to see in this third subunit. And fourth, that is called as the techniques of the data analysis, means by which technique we are going to analyze that data. Now this data analysis technique, it depends on the data collection. If it is qualitative or quantitative, based on that we are going to have the data analysis method. So this was all about the research methodology, means actual process of the research method we are going to say. Then fourth chapter of the main body of the report, that is called as the result and discussion, and fifth, that is conclusion. So don't get confused between the result and conclusion. Here we are going to just test the hypothesis, and we are going to check whether it is matching with our experimental results or not. And after that, based on the result and based on the experimental things, we are going to make some kind of interpretation, that is called as the conclusion. So result, we can say it is the honest representation of the findings, whether these were as expected or not. Means here we are going to test the hypothesis. Whatever was our assumption, it is happening into the reality or not, that we are going to check here, and we are going to have the discussion on that results. We are going to have the complete analysis of the result into the fourth chapter of the main body of the report. Then fifth chapter, that is called as the conclusions and the recommendations. So here the author linked the result, means whatever result we have got from the fourth step, that is what author links the result with the points made into the introduction and unbiased conclusions. Means whatever are the result, we are going to have that result, we are going to compare that result, and we are going to make the unbiased conclusion. So that is going to be the final interpretation. and making sure that they are fully supported by the evidences and arguments of the main body of the project. Means whatever final conclusion or the interpretation is done by that researcher, it should be the matching with the evidences and arguments made from the main body of the project. Means whatever complete procedure, that is introduction, literature review, research methodology, based on that relevant conclusion we are going to draw, that is called as the conclusions and recommendation. So into the recommendation part, we are going to recommend for the further future study. Now the third main broad division of the thesis report, that is called as the reference section. Into this reference section, first is the references and bibliography. Now just try to understand what is the difference between the references and bibliography, because into the question many times it is confusing. The bibliography, it is the listing of all the materials that have been consulted while the thesis writing. Means just we have consulted that literature, we have reviewed that literature, we have not taken anything directly from that literature. That is called as the bibliography, and hence we can say it is not directly included into the text. While in the case of references, references are those that have been referred into our thesis and they are directly included into the text. Means references, which whenever we are going to give the reference of any book or the journal, some kind of text we have directly included in our thesis, that is called as the references. And bibliography, it is the just review of the literature. So bibliography is going to give us the help side, or the just we can say it is going to give us the insight or the proper direction of our research. And into the references, we have copied some kind of text, or we have taken some kind of text from that particular material, that is called as the references. And second main part is that appendices. Now what is the meaning of this appendices? Whenever we are going to collect the data in the form of either questionnaire or the test or the career letters, we are going to attach the sample copy of that. That is included into the appendices. It includes the information and the data pertinent to the study which are not important to be included into the main body of the report. Means suppose we have given the questionnaire for the 200 people. So all the 200 pages questionnaire we are not going to attach. So we are going to attach just the sample copy of that. That is the meaning of appendices. So the test, questionnaire, career letters, raw data and the data analysis sheets are included into the appendices. So this is all about the reference section, that is references and bibliography, and second is the appendices. Now these are the two sample questions based on the format of the thesis writing. If you want to check yourself, you can answer it into the comment box. First question: the references serves the purpose of. What is the purpose of the references? First option, lending authenticity to the given content, means it increases the authenticity. Second, insight decision making. Third, giving the ornamental value to the research. And fourth, that is exhibiting the great achievement. Now the second question, a good review of the research literature aims at: first, subjectivity analysis of the content. Then second, provide the information about the authors and their affiliation. Third, generates the research questions and validating those questions. And fourth is the conduct multiple task based screening. So these are the two questions. You can answer it into the comment box. So this was all about the format of the thesis writing. In the next video, we will be discussing the style of referencing. If you have any question, you can ask into the comment box. Thanks for watching this video.